As I said before, for this phylum, the most common of your sarcodines is the amoeba. And although most of them live freely, we come in contact in lakes and fresh water a lot with these free living non-parasitic amoeba. But some of them can be parasites. Now remember, the parasite is a type of symbiotic relationship in which one partner benefits, which would be the parasite, and the other one is harmed. And these can cause human disease. So the one that we talked about the most was Entamoeba histolytica. So I just want to go back over that one for just a minute. The scientific name is Entamoeba histolytica, so don't forget it's in italics here, but it has to be underlined for you and it has to be spelled correctly. When it enters the body, it's coming in through contaminated food or water, and a lot of times this can even be ice. Sometimes in these countries that don't have purified water, they have this protist in their water or their food, and it doesn't bother them because they already have this in their gut. But when we eat or drink it, American water is purified, so when we eat or drink water that has this protist in it, then we tend to get sick. And that can be having ice in your Coca-Cola. It could be having fruit or shrimp cocktail that's been sitting on ice. And a lot of the hotels, they do have purified water or bottled water. But if you're out in a restaurant, they may not. And so you need to really watch those things on salad bars. If you're eating like shrimp off of a salad bar or fruit off of a salad bar, very often it can make you sick, or like I said, having ice in your drink. Now, what this amoeba does is it releases a really powerful enzyme. Enzymes are protein, right? And it attacks the lining of your large intestine. So when it does that, it causes an ulcer. And an ulcer is a sore spot, a red, like a boil that's on the inside of your intestine. But sometimes what happens is the amoeba can actually perforate your intestine. Now, perforate means it's going to make a hole. And if that amoeba makes a hole in your intestine, it can actually get out and leave the intestine and get into the rest of your body. And you end up with sepsis or becoming septic. You may have heard that before. And you don't want this amoeba roaming freely in your system because then it's free to attack other areas. The disease is actually called amoebiasis, and you're going to have intestinal pain. We talked about this. You're going to be cramping and vomiting and diarrhea. You lose a lot of weight in a short period of time. And if it's not controlled, it can be fatal. Now, there are going to be some that can be picked up off of bagged salads. This is pretty common, and I probably talked about it before. But I've got a couple of students out there that have an amoeba, and they can't get rid of it because once we start talking about a eukaryote, it has its membrane-bound organelles. It has a nucleus, and it has all of your mitochondria and endoplasmic reticulum, and we do too. So you've got this living organism. It's not tissue now. It's just a single cell, but it is living inside of another living organism. And to kill something that is living inside you without harming you is very hard, because any medication that would attack something living is going to attack you, and it could be harmful to you as well.